Welcome. Get in here. As Omar Wiggins would say, get in here. Welcome, guys, to another episode of Gag Review. Thank you guys for tuning into the show today. We have another great episode. Episode verse. So, you guys don't want to miss this episode. So stay tuned, grab your popcorn, and come right on back. Thank you guys so much. Welcome to Gag Review. My name is Zaydon. I'm your host, and tonight we are having an incredible show. This is episode verse, and there's a lot of things that we have to get clarified these days of what's going on. And part of my two guest hosts today are MESHA and Ty from the Bell Twins are joining this episode. So they're going to give me the Bell Twin breakdown on all the hot topics and all the juiciness. And so we want to see what's going on. And just catch up with the Bell Twins. As you guys know, I love the Bell Twins so much. They were a big part of the show we were involved called Gagging with Joseline and a big part of the brand. And so a lot of people don't give credit to where credit's due to creators who continue to create, not just on their platform, but on someone else's platform as well to provide great content. So the Bell Twins are coming up. So let's get into this week's show. My very first segment is Gag Confession. My first Gag Confession this week is I confess that I've been trying to get Roland Ray on Gagging with Joseline. Now, I've been messaging Roland Ray, and I think that he's a great asset, and I want to have him on the show. I haven't been on the show in a very, very long time, but people have been wanting me to Zaydon come on the show, so Zaydon might be coming on the show. And so I confess that I've been having Roland Ray want to come on Gagging with Joseline. So if you guys are watching out there, help me to get Roland Ray to be on Gagging so that he can gag with Joseline, because Roland Ray has the verse battle right now, and he is keying. But until then, we're going to get our show started with today's two very special guests, the Bell Twins. So please, without further ado, we got lost one. Welcome, the Bell Twins. Ty.
Hey, Zaydon.
Welcome to the show.
Please excuse my avatar. My hair look like Steely hair from the color purple.
Hey.
And I
no worries. As long as you made the show, that's all we need. Where's MESHA? I saw her. She left.
She'll be right back. She must have had to do something real quick. Probably her battery died.
Absolutely. Well, welcome to the show, Ty. Thank you so much for being a part of my season 2, episode 4 versus episode. And so I really
want for having me.
Very welcome. Thank you so much for coming on. I wanted to have you guys on because I want a Bell Twin breakdown on Gag Review, and I felt like this is a great opportunity. Here I am in my season 2. I need the Bell Twins breakdown because honestly, I've been following you guys' channel, and I'm seeing how much content it takes to get that 1,000 subscribers and get that whatever, I forget, like 5,600 hours of watch time. And so I'm in the process of building my YouTube channel, and so but we have the Bell Twin breakdown. So I wanted to, if the fans don't know who we are, go and tell us a little about what's up, Ty.
Well, me and my sister, we are the West Coast Bells, also known as the Bell Twins. Jason gave us that name when we started going to his show. Shout out, Jason. We pretty much started our YouTube channel, I want to say years and years ago, when my sister was doing music, because she was actually a rapper first. Mm-hmm. Yes. And after we both became moms and decided to go in a different direction, we started doing different type of content. Here lately, we haven't been doing as much content because we're trying to restructure the channel and figure out, which way we want to go and what we want to talk about. But we are getting back into it. We'll probably end up doing a show tonight since we're both online. But yeah, that's my twin sister. We trying to get it popping, and we always up for a bell breakdown. So
absolutely. I'm just talking for times. I was figuring out where MESHA at. MESHA.
That's what I'm trying to figure out what to do.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can text him on Instagram and see what happened. I need the Beltran breakdown. But before we get to the Beltran breakdown, I wanted to just talk about some things recently. One of the things I have involving Jason Lee. Now, I've been watching the show Gagging with Jason Lee, and he's been
Mhm.
saying that he went to Paris and there was some type
Mhm.
of altercation or incident that happened, kind of like a almost like a Kim Kardashian situation, but I'm not 100% sure. I know he said his driver got like robbed or stolen or something. I don't know 100% sure. What are some of your thoughts on what do you think Jason Lee has to say? Because he's really trying not to discuss this because it's been a tragic situation. What are your thoughts, Ty?
My thoughts are you have to take extra precaution when you go out of the country because it is dangerous and you are in a foreign place. People don't speak English like that. And there, you know how you have 911 here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same everywhere you go. So,
Of
you
course.
just got to be extra careful. You got to be extra careful. And I can understand why he doesn't really want to talk about it as much.
Do you think that something traumatic happened to him?
It's really hard to say with Jason because usually he's a sharer. He shares his experiences. He lives out loud.
Okay, good.
So there
Nisha,
she goes.
welcome to the show.
I can
Can
I
you hear
can
me?
hear. I
I
don't
can't
know
hear you.
what is going on. Wait a minute. Is my speaker off?
I hear
Look,
I
you.
cannot
child.
hear you guys. That's what
Hi,
happened to
Nisha.
me.
What
Wait
happened?
a minute.
Her technical difficulties having ass.
I gotta get this sound back on here,
All
you
right.
guys.
Can you hear me?
How about this? If I
Or can she hear us?
We can hear her. She can't hear us.
Yeah. Don't worry, she's working it out.
Yep, she trying to be on that laptop. She just need to just grab that phone and come on.
I said okay. I'm just back. I'm mute her mic. Hold on, because it says her mic was unmuted or something. I don't know how to
Can
fix
you hear us now, Misha?
that.
He said, now I can hear you now. She said, yeah, I
But,
can hear you now.
but we can't hear her talk.
Unmute yourself, Misha. Unmute your mic.
Yes, unmute your mic.
okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Misha, hi.
Hey,
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Gag Review.
I'm glad that you invited us, and I wanted to say too about that going overseas, even when you go out of town in the United States, you have to be careful, because different places have different laws. And
Mm-hmm.
Your sound
I
is
would.
messing up, Misha. Zaydon, is it me or is her sound tripping?
It's a little bit. Check.
Choppy?
Yeah, maybe it's the echo cancellation. Maybe a little
is
bit,
it
but I can hear
echo?
you a little
Okay.
bit. Right.
So go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, Misha.
It's okay. Do I sound okay?
Better now.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you just have to be careful anytime you're going out of town. It doesn't matter where you.
So, so how about this? How about there are 17 Americans in Haiti right now that were kidnapped and are basically being held at ransom for $1 million per pop. What do you guys have to say about this? And are you think they're going to get the money? Because apparently there's one people there with 5 kids, and they were just there to help rebuild Haiti. And now look what's happened. They were being captured and held for ransom.
You want to go first, Misha?
I think that the United States will do whatever they have to do to get our citizens back.
I don't. I don't
I,
think they care nothing about no black people. And I don't know if the people over there are, the Americans that are over there, if they are black or white, but the American government has a non-negotiation policy when it comes to hostage takers. So it's kind of hard to say, what will happen. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, but what if they're not black people?
If they're not black people, they might be back next week.
True.
What if they black?
If they black, they ass out. If they're not black, they'll be back.
And it's the craziest thing because they're going out there, Misha and Ty, they're going out there to help rebuild Haiti and trying to help the country. And here it is, trying to help the country. They got their 5 kids being captured by these criminals who want the ransom money. It's just heartbreaking how desperate the world has become and how sad these events just seem to unfold in our life as a crisis every single day. But we do the best that we can to live in this world in the 21st century. So, but thank you so much for that. But also, I wanted to say, welcome to the show, guys. If you guys are not tuning in, watch me and the Bell Twins have a Bell Twin breakdown here live right on Gag Review. I wanted to get into another topic. Tyga's domestic violent allegation. I don't know if you guys know, probably you're aware that Tyga was apparently alleged to has abused this white woman. And so now he's turned himself into the jail. He's allegedly on bond. What are some of your thoughts on Tyga's situation? Do you think that he's a woman beater, or is this something that this girl is just making up?
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. It's always some little want to hit somebody.
You know, I'm gonna put it like this. Stuff happens in relationships all the time. You just never know what's going on, you know, between two people in their relationship.
Right.
So, do I put it past him? No, I don't put it past him. It's possible. He probably beat her for not being Kylie.
Beat her for not being caught.
For not being Kylie.
Probably for not being Kylie. Definitely, absolutely. Because you know why? Kylie's the only baddest billionaire bitch in the Kardashian family. Well, now Kim, but allegedly. So who knows? But in Zaydon's thoughts is it's really sad that you know you get into these public relationships with these public figures. And the thing is, they have to go to domestic violence. I'm thinking to myself, isn't there always security around? Isn't there someone that's going to help you protect your brand? Because what if these allegations are true and they come find out that Tyga did allegedly hit her? It's going to be a trash situation. And so, Tyga, I'm wishing you the best. I just need for you to take a seat back in the spotlight right now and just go to courts and make sure you stay current with your lawyer and try to do the best way you can to deal with the situation, because it's just a lot at this moment, and we don't need another black men being teared down in the system by America. We already have that hard enough as it is. And so my thoughts, so hopefully the situation is just a misunderstanding, and then it all just goes away simply. So yeah.
And if you get mad, just walk away. Just walk away. Take some time.
Right.
I'm sure you're not in a 2-bedroom apartment. Go to the pool or go to the other side of the house. I know you're not in a 700 square foot apartment. So go into a space where you can be by yourself and gather yourself.
Absolutely. Like, there's no need for violence. Like, if you have to go to that point where you have to hit each other, then I need to just walk away because it's not worth it.
Right. And then at the same time, you have hits. You have hits that they still playing on the radio. It's not like I turn around here looking for the next good song that you want Tina to sing. You got hits. Make your money. And whatever else going on, let it go. This is the thing. Something happened.
Right.
You know?
I mean, you guys saw the photo, right? Her eye was pretty dinged up. I mean, it was black and blue.
It was
black and blue. So
now it's only one person on this scene that did that to themselves, and that is that lady in a thin line between love and hate. Other than that, I ain't never seen nobody put no cue ball in a sock and bust themselves in the face with it, okay?
Absolutely. And then that's the fact I love A Thin Line Between Love and Hate with Martin Lawrence and that woman because she was so iconic in that role. And I don't think that no one's ever going to be able to do it like her and how Martin did it. So, but my next gag topic, and moving on to my next segment, gag topic, I want to talk about Sydney Starr and Darius Rucker, aka Eddie Winslow. Now, I know there's been some videos being surfaced around with Sydney Starr and Mr. Darius McCrary in compromising positions. His hands up her thigh, they are getting contact, they're kissing. She's bringing up these receipts as of recent, but what he's alleging is that these were video shoots or kind of they were shooting a scene previously from the scene. What are your thoughts on this information about Sydney Starr and Darius McCrary?
Okay, so if Sydney is putting it out there like they were messing around and they're not, that's foul. That's super foul. If they are messing around and Darius is denying it, you're not really required or obligated to say that what you're doing in your sex life or in your bedroom, But I do think that it will make it easier in life if men who were trans attracted or just gay on the low would just live out loud and then because it would it would be more normal and these people would be treated more normally, so that it just. But if she's saying that and they not messing around, and Sydney is shady. Sydney will out somebody, but I don't necessarily know her to out somebody that she's not messing with.
And I don't think she's actually saying that. I do believe these pictures or the video was from a photo shoot from a pilot that they were trying to shoot recently for a show. And I mean, because the acting was on point, it looked like they had a real chemistry, right?
Absolutely, it did.
The thing is, her posting the videos and using the comment that she used is what stirs it up. And for me, she's a clout chaser, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Even when she was on Baddies recently, she was just doing the most and just doing too much. And by the way, when did you guys see the reunion when she tried to kick that cereal and she
yes. Oh my God, her and Judy Jai, she brings this bag of fucking. I was like, I could have sworn I was missing my Lucky Charms off my damn fridge. And I got my damn Lucky Charms, throwing it on Judy Jai, the baddest background. I don't know if you guys watched Jason Gagging with Jason Lee, but she was recently on the show talking about her experience with Sydney Starr. Now, do you guys think that it was right for them to room them two together at Baddies ATL?
No, that was completely shady. Like the room assignments, you could tell were a testament to how the bosses felt about Judy and Sydney. They're like, y'all the low man, y'all gonna roommate. Period. Everybody else is a real bad chick, so they need their own space. Judy's wigs kind of be, she just don't look like she need that much time or that much space if she gonna wear that wig like that.
Yeah.
And Sydney, I mean, I guess Sydney could use a little bit of extra time and space, because she got a branch that she need to
Baby, the real guy is Natalie did them girls. Natalie knows she got paid. Her and Tanisha got paid, and the rest of the girls didn't get paid nothing. except to do the reunion. And they got paid like $1,000 each to do the reunion. And Natalie kept the other 10, other 5,000. So I don't know. The way I feel about it is Natalie is another one that be chasing a dollar, and she'll pretty much do anything. The way they set up everything, it was just so obvious that they were trying to cause drama. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It was that obvious. You know, most reality programs, they set up the drama, but it's not as obvious. You feel
It's not
me?
obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's how I feel about that. And more power to them, you know. But I did think it was very funny when what's her name? Sarah was on Tasha K recently. Ain't that her name, Sarah? The
Oh
one
wow.
that didn't go to the reunion. Yeah, she was on Tasha K recently. Excuse me. I think that's her name. I don't forgot the girl name.
No,
Anyway,
her name's
she
Sarah,
was,
the white girl, right?
yeah, the white
Yeah,
girl.
the white girl.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about the information on Tasha K. What
She was
happened?
she was on Tasha K and she was just spilling all the dirt on Natalie Nunn. And she was like, Natalie be photoshopping all of her pictures that she like twice her size. And that Natalie is a fat girl now. So I just want to personally welcome Natalie Nunn to the Fat Girls Club.
Hold on 1 second. Natalie Nunn. Welcome, Natalie Nunn. Welcome to the
Welcome,
big.
baby.
Welcome to the
Like
big
Twinkies and ice cream, honey. Like Twinkies and ice cream.
club. That's too funny.
You know, it happens. You know, the older you get, that liquor start packing the weight on you. And then when you got money and you can go down to the thing and get that burger and get that steak and get those crab legs and dip it down in that butter. I mean, it is what it is. Welcome,
Yeah.
sis. Welcome.
Yes.
I'm realizing we only got one life, so might as well live your best life the best way you can and just try to live through this. But let me guys tell you about Sydney Star. But going back to Sydney Star, you know, this isn't the first thing apparently that she's ousted a big star. She apparently allegedly ousted Chingy out of his career. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so Sydney Star seems to be always doing all these uh, extra dramatics for attention just to stay relevant in the Hollywood world. And so, Sydney Star, I'd have to say, just go ahead and do what you do, because at the end of the day, no one's gonna be able to tell her what she can't do.
It's getting her on. It's getting her into the spaces that she wishes to occupy.
Right.
So, you know, do what you do. And I believe every word about Chingy.
Ooh, that's what they say allegedly. But that's what they say. So going on to our next gag topic, I want to talk about Wendy Williams, ladies, and the network. As you guys probably aware, Wendy Williams hasn't returned to her show in a very long while, and they've been having all these guests coming on the show and filling her spot. What's getting me kind of really upset, twins, is that Wendy was on her show, was very adamant that she didn't want to get the vaccine and that she wasn't going to get it. And now the media is basically saying it was a breakthrough case. So it can't be both. It can't be a breakthrough. She has to either. So what I want clarification is if in fact did Wendy get vaccinated and it was a breakthrough, or is this being twisted around because Wendy Williams' show is becoming under fire lately for some of the viewership and some of the ratings and some of the guest topics. What do you ladies have to say about Wendy Williams and her condition, and do you want her to come back to her show?
I love Wendy Williams. And I mean, she is now and will always be an icon. However, she is troubled, you know, and I'm not sure that I believe that this little hiatus has anything to do with COVID. I'm not sure that I believe that. I'd like to talk to the Coke man that's in her area and just make sure that she ain't been doing that shit again.
Allegedly, people have been saying that she's doing this to up her more money in her contract, and she's not going back until she gets a certain number. That's another rumor that's been going around in Hollywood streets. But Misha, what do you have to say about this?
Well, You definitely can't get more money by making your viewers think that you've been sucking on that bottle and snorting lines. So,
Girl, that's so black. Let me say this real quick. How black is it to take off work for 6 months and then come back and ask for a raise? What in the hell is
yeah,
this?
you can't do that.
But I mean, when she's the queen of daytime television, shouldn't she be getting the same pay as the men? Right? This is
When she was the queen, because right now she's not the queen right now. She is looking kind of suspect right now. She's a suspect right
so. Let me
now.
ask you guys this: have you actually watched the show since Wendy's been absent? Have you actually watched
No.
the show?
I have not. I have not, but I have seen bits and pieces and clips and pieces, and I just, you know,
So
And
I
it's
was.
not.
I agreed with Jason that he should have hosted the show that had Tiffany Haddish on there. I think that he should have been right there.
I
I
think so
mean,
too, because he has a relationship with Tiffany, and he has a relationship with Wendy. But from what I hear, Wendy was not consulted in any of the decision making as far as who was going to stand in for her
Allegedly.
while she's gone.
of course not. Of course not.
Absolutely. And the thing is, the most messed up part is that she's at home not being consulted. And Jason Lee would have been a great host with Tiffany Haddish, number one. But number two, and also they say, well, can you get like Nicki Minaj or something? Jason Lee and Nicki Minaj's relations is already on turmoil. Jason and Megan Thee Stallion just made up recently through Cardi at the Party and everything. So congratulations on that, finally, because I was like, oh my God, he's obsessed with Megan. But going back to who was I was talking about? Going back to Wendy Williams, she wasn't consulted. I've been watching the show with Leah Remedy on there and the other girl, and then it's just not the same. You know, a lot of them are trying to play safe on there. You know, Michael Yo was on there and say, "Well, I don't want to be canceled, so I don't want to say too much on women's bodies." But at the same time, it's just like Jason has to understand that what goes around comes around, and Zaydon was on Gagging with Jason Lee, came with a lot of great ideas for the show. As Jason was watching the show recently, he said that he wants to bring a swear jar on. Jason, you can't bring a swear jar on because they done already done that already. That's already on another episode. You know, I've already done that. But just bringing it back to Wendy Williams, I wish her extremely well success. I hope that she comes back to her show because allegedly Nick Cannon's running up for the spot, but according to Jason Lee, he doesn't have the numbers, and that the same people who produce Wendy Williams produces Nick Cannon. So for this 6 week sneak peek, so I haven't watched the Nick Cannon show. I did see the set. I feel like it's over dramatic. His set is like it is so over dramatic. I see stairs. I see this. I see what is all this stuff for the Nick Cannon show? You don't need all of this in the background, but I get it for the appearance for the show, but I feel like it was a little bit too much.
I just feel like Wendy is the queen of messy TV, and Jason is the king of that good old messy internet. And the people that watch Wendy, we like it shady and we like it messy. And I just haven't seen that in the people that have been standing in for her. I'm like, where's the shade? Where's the mess? Bring the tea.
Yes. I like for Wendy to put that card up and be like,
right. I like when she pick up that cup because when she pick up that cup, she's gonna say
she already knows she about to throw some shade.
Yeah, and she'd be like, Kim, I'm not saying anything about you and Kanye, but
the streets are talking.
And it's like I see Lyra really there trying to, and I watched it with Bevy Smith. I love Devin Simone. Devin Simone always gives good reads and good hair, and she gives black girl magic on the show. Michael Yo was kind of safe and boring. And I love Bevy Smith. I watched a podcast recently with Tamar Braxton and Bevy Smith under construction. Shout out to Tamar. I have watched all episodes of Under Construction, Tamar. I absolutely love you. Keep going. And so,
what if Wendy come back with her ass done?
Wait, say that
again? Lord.
Wait, say that again.
What if Wendy comes back with her ass done?
You know what? And we know why she was needing bed rest because she's on recovery. trying to get that ass back in the seat because someone trying to get their ass in that purple chair, and we don't know who's coming, but your time can come at any moment, and you got to be ready. And I feel like Joseline, he is ready to be in that spot. They just have to give him an opportunity to do that. Just daytime, just be fine because your curse words and things. But just overall, I think that he could possibly do that.
And I'm going to go ahead and add this because if it's somebody that should not get the BBL, let me tell you who. Wendy Williams, Hazel E, and Pepper. No. Them shapes don't allow no BBL.
You forgot Madonna.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
so speaking of the show, moving to my next segment, I want to talk about Roland Ray versus Bobby Lights. I don't know if you guys saw the conversation. Roland Ray has a conversation with Bobby Lights. I wasn't aware that there was some conflict between those two, but I guess there's apparently is this conflict between these two. What do you guys think about that? And did you actually watch the clip?
Yes, I saw the trailer.
What are your thoughts about Roland Ray and having this whole conversation?
Well, the trailer was funny as heck to me when Roland Ray rolled his chair around Bobby like
I roll around bitches.
I roll circles around bitches like you.
It was.
I like the way Roland Ray calmly, gets under people's skin. He just be like, I am not playing with these bitches, okay?
Recently, I got in contact with Roland Ray, and I said, "Hey, Roland Ray, I want you to become on gagging." And he said that, "Hey, I love Jason. I won't do 500, but I'll do 300." And so I really wanted him to come on the show, but I have to say, Roland Ray. I don't know if you ever guys watched the Divorce Court. He took one of his boyfriends to court on 2 different occasions with the divorce people. And what is so brilliant with Roland Ray is that he uses these small platforms that are free to launch his brand and for his exposure. That's Zaydon. Sorry, guys.
$5 fine.
You're on a MacBook Pro. I'm like, you're live. Sorry, guys. Thank you so much. I do apologize. I am live, but I can't take a call right now. But I wanted to say, Roland Ray, he uses these small platforms to launch his brand, and he has great marketing purposes, and he's really great at doing what he does. And there was an incident where he did catch on fire, and he was going through a very traumatic experience. Now that he's healed and he's in a relationship, he has this conversation now. Apparently, Jason Lee's producing the conversation with this with Bobby Lights, and so Bobby Lights has said a lot of things in regards to Roland Ray and issues, and so I want to see the conversation. So I'm hoping that this will get a lot of viewership.
Well, I know one thing. Bobby Lights' ass done been all over the internet. Every time I go to the Grand, well, not here lately. He's been a little conservative or not posting lately.
Yes. I was here for his ass. I think he had got something done to it. And he was bouncing on the exercise ball in a thong. And I was like, bitch.
I was here for it. I said, soon as I get some money, I'm finna look just like that, and I'm gonna be bouncing on that ball with my ass out, just like that.
Absolutely, Bobby Lights is living his best life. His cousin is Trina. They live in Miami. They're out there. The COVID doesn't exist out there. They're happy. So,
I'm saying,
and as far as the conversation goes, not even the executive producers were able to go on there and have a conversation that was worth anything. Nobody goes on the conversation and works things out and hug it out. It's not going to happen, period.
No, not at all. And I'm seeing the conversation with Akbar and Tommy, and that just seems like a whole type of mess that I just can't deal with. And so
Tommy was so drunk.
And she want to act like, I hate it when drunk people act like they're not drunk.
Or act like don't nobody know that they drunk.
Or nobody knows you've been drinking. We can tell, sis. You've been drinking.
Drunk.
Wait, you say who was drinking?
Tommy, he was drunk.
She was drunk. She flipped out on her own crew. I thought that when I saw the previews and saw her run outside screaming and stuff, I thought that she was into it with Akbar. But she wasn't into it with Akbar. She was into it with her own camp. Her own camp.
Right. She was about to jump over the wall and some more stuff. I'm like, that's got to be that dark liquor because I be drinking light liquor a lot and it don't do me like that.
You know? I have enough of anything. I have enough of anything. You never know what's going to happen.
I would agree. It's just too much. And Akbar and they have this conversation, it's just too much. Every time I see it, Zeus has a conversation. Zeus, if you're watching right now, I need a conversation with Jason Lee and Karen Civil, Jason Lee and Nikki, or Jason Lee and who else is gonna have a problem with? Tasha K. So,
well, first of all, Jason will never do the conversation with Karen Civil. Jason will never do the conversation with Karen Civil, okay? Ever.
But Jason Lee and Tasha K would be iconic. Or Jason Lee and Kaya. Jason Lee
or Jason Lee and Kaya. That's another one I thought of last week. Jason Lee and Kaya. That would be a great.
Kaya will never do the conversation with Jason Lee, okay? And we all know why. I'm not even gonna take the time to say why, but everybody that knows what happened knows what happened, okay? And
what about the conversation with Kaya and T.S. Madison?
I like that. I think that would be good.
Too. That would do great too. That would actually get a lot of viewer ratings.
Remember when Ray J and Princess was on the conversation?
They were the first ones.
That's why I said the executive
and that's why they get that EP title on every single one of these shows and collecting the coin because of the show that the brand that they started.
Yeah.
And so every time I see it's like Princess Love EP, Princess Love. I know she ain't doing a lot of EPs because Ray J her husband and she want a cut of the pie too.
Yeah, it's a vanity title.
Basically.
But they getting some check money from that. It's not just vanity. They are
we
getting
know that she's not standing there directing cameras and telling people where to sit and how to chop it up. She's not doing that.
No, of course not.
She's resting on pretty.
Ooh, resting and stay paid.
Doing it well. Did you see her in the fashion show? I was like, you better work, bitch.
Oh my God.
If you gonna get a divorce, which they are, I believe, getting a divorce for real this time. If you gonna get a divorce, you need to look like that.
Come on, Princess Love, come through.
Ray J had a near-death experience, and he was like, "I am not gonna have this." You know what? With her finger on the button.
But do you agree with Princess Love when she says, "I need for you to hang around more married people"?
Of course.
With married. Let me ask you a question. Both of you guys are married. Do you hang around other single people with your husbands, or do you hang around married people other than with your husband?
We hang around married people. Single bitches like to put their ass all on your man.
Yeah, I'm not a horse all around my man. No.
I done already had to almost beat one hoe up. And they don't know I don't play about my man.
No, I do not. See, that's the one thing that will get me out of character. I don't have very many things, but about you hear them in the background about my kids and my man. I have a real issue. You can model your shoe in the words of Phaedra. You can model your shoes and you can show them your cervix. But if you put your hands on Tommy Francisco, I'm gonna have an issue with that. And
it's gonna go down. I wanted to move into my next topic. I got two more. It's something that came up recently. Dr. Dre, is going through this divorce publicly. He was at his gravesite and he was allegedly served papers from his wife's attorney regarding payment of millions of dollars owed to her. What do you guys have to say about him being laid to rest, his grandmother? And was it right for them to do that? Because allegedly what's going on in Hollywood streets is that he threw the papers on the floor and they had to pick it up or whatever and give the papers to him. What do you guys have to say about the situation? Is Nicole being too greedy?
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Ooh, that's true.
You know, these men, they be out here ducking and dodging, but I know you're gonna be at your grandma's funeral.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know you're gonna be at the funeral.
and she may not have been able to find him all this time, but all I gotta say is, when a woman's fed up,
Yeah.
no matter what you say, whoa,
There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Nothing
that's
you can
right.
do about it. Hey,
Ah.
He
Let me tell
ran
you,
out of love with that one.
Grandma R. Kelly. The fact is, I love his music. He is such an icon to this day,
A
and you know that
genius.
they had the nerve to remove his music from, I guess, YouTube, I think, or something like that, because of this case, and now he's allegedly on suicide watch because of the case, and he also has
right.
another trial coming up. Apparently,
Yeah, he
allegedly.
does. See, I
He
was
is
on the
too.
call. I was on the hearing. I tapped into the call. So this is what happened, just briefly. I know this
Go
might
ahead.
be outside,
Yeah,
but
catch me up.
so he was on suicide watch briefly after the
The
verdict.
verdict. Mhm.
But Greenberg said that that's since been lifted, and he was able to talk to him, but he's unable to prepare for trial anytime before July because he has other trials scheduled through July. So they did schedule a status hearing in May, and they scheduled his Chicago trial for August 1st, 2022. And by then he'll be sentenced because he's scheduled to be sentenced on May 4th. So
Wow.
yeah, he couldn't
Wow.
unmute the phone during the call, which was really weird. And immediately my mind went to, this fool don't even know how to. He don't even know how to press.
He should have asked R. Kelly. He know how to work a device for sure.
You know,
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I'm like, how you gonna not know how to read a phone?
Of
Okay,
course, absolutely, absolutely. What are
You
your
know
thoughts on
something? I think it's funny that y'all broke out with the R. Kelly song because that was the perfect segue to talk about this and to get on the whole R. Kelly subject. Here's the thing: I respect the victims and I support the victims. However, I am a musical person, and that music, everybody that he's produced, including his songs, it occupies a large space in my mind. And the space is so large that if I allow it to be something negative, that could easily probably make me feel a level of depression.
send me
Because
right into a depression.
right,
Right into a
because the
depression.
space is so large, I have to separate the music from the monster or the man or whatever you want to call it. Because if I don't, that would make me crazy trying not to. We didn't even realize we was just singing. We just busted. Just it's automatic for
that?
certain situations. You just bust out singing his songs. So
Right.
just
And do you know how many songs this man has written? Do you know how you would and produced? Do you know how much music you would have to get rid of out of your mind?
girl
You're
on
probably
the Charlie.
unaware of some of the songs that you would have to get rid of. Like, oh, R.
Yeah,
Kelly wrote this too. Oh my goodness, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. The
it's
music is
like
mine.
I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Space Jam. He has "I Believe I Can Fly," which won him a Grammy. It's like that's one of the most best songs ever. But I have to say, would you guys agree with sometimes with artists, you got to be careful with the lyrics that you use because some of the lyrics is actually your life in a way.
Oh
It's
yeah,
how you testify, how you live it, and I have to be very careful what words you use on songs because I feel like certain songs bring power to the mouth if you speak it out loud. So I just gotta be very careful. But
But
I
artistically, when it comes to creatives and art, the safest people are the least successful.
that's
You
very
gotta throw it out there. You gotta be salacious. You gotta put it all on the line. And yes, it is his life. His
yeah,
life is in
and
all of those songs, and that's why he's been as successful as he is because we can picture him in these situations. We always
right.
been able to be like even when we went to his concert and he was humping, it felt real. It's like even the air hump. I'm like, okay. he getting it. Like he fucking the air up. Sorry, I mean, but he fucking the air up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and it's
the
not that
most salacious and the most honest will always sell the most.
right, and it's not that that music manifests itself in real life. It's real life that manifests itself in music. When you're an artist, it's easy to take your real life and write about it. It's hard to make up things. It's hard to write fiction. It's easy, it's more heartfelt, and it comes across more real when you write things that you've really gone through or things that you've really seen. So, of course, now that we listen to AJ Nothing But a Number, we know this motherfucker was talking about, he told us he was going to marry her.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then see, here's the thing about it. When it comes to art, it's twofold because the world does shape art, but art also shapes the world. Art is what changes the world and keeps it moving in a forward, keeps the forward movement, and keeps us headed in a direction that doesn't allow us to go backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I was trying to get that out as articulate as possible, but I've been drinking a little bit and it's
Just
starting to kick in.
Ooh. We all been doing a little something. I got my little red cup,
Okay,
little red cup,
good looking
cup.
and kicked in. But yeah, art. We can't if we put just like with the Dave Chappelle thing.
Oh,
If we
speaking of
start
that,
to
go
if we
ahead.
start to censor art, the world will come to a standstill, and
Mhm.
that would be the worst thing that we could ever do for the world. Censorship does not belong in any type of creative space. I don't believe in it. I believe people should be able to say whatever the hell they want to say, no matter who they are. The free speech and just freedom of expression is what this country is built on, but it's also what the world moves forward from.
Yeah, what happened to like your First Amendment right, freedom of speech? Can't nobody say anything. And as far as Dave Chappelle goes and his new special that is on Netflix, people were so worried about him being homophobic or transphobic.
Mhm.
It didn't come off that way to me. In
It
fact,
didn't.
he
It didn't.
told the story of his one of his really good friends being a trans person, and that she ended up killing herself not because of what the straight or the hetero world did to her, but because of what her own community did to her.
Right.
She took up for Dave Chappelle. Her own community tore her apart, and she killed herself. Like,
Wow.
that is crazy how black people are the first to tear black people down. Um, the LGBTQ community, they be the first to tear their own down too.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't get the whole trans don't get along with gay, lesbian don't get along with bi. And I mean, I don't get that whole thing. How are we all a community,
Mhm.
but the letters don't get along?
The truth
Exactly.
is, you really only see two kinds of people stick together, and that's white people and Republicans. Them goddamn Trump supporters.
You know, Trump is alleging he's making a new social site called Truth, and they're gonna flock to this social site called Truth and get all the
Just
information.
imagine how many lies is gonna be on
Oh
this
God,
truth side.
I'm
it's
just
too
saying,
much.
them Republicans, them damn Trump supporters, you can't tell them shit. They stick together. They be like, no collusion.
No,
No.
and let me just bring up an interesting topic. I just thought this recently right now. I want to talk about America's economy right now. I don't know if you guys are watching the news, not apparently, but we are in, I guess, a certain amount of debt right now, and they had to raise the debt ceiling or extend it until like December 4th so that America can pay its bills. And I'm thinking to myself, where's all the money going? How much is America making? And all these $1 trillion is going out. What's really going on? Because I feel like the Americans are paying the tax dollar on all these products and goods and services, and you're telling that we're in debt. Now we have until March 4th to decide if they're going to raise the debt limit, but yet the Democrats are introducing this $4 trillion infrastructure deal. What do you guys think about the economy, and do you see we could be going into a recession in the upcoming months before Christmas?
We've been in debt for my whole life. I remember when it was as much as $13 trillion that we're in debt. So the thing is that America pays themselves. Like, that is always dangerous when you are in charge of your own salary. And if you need money to pay people, the only thing is that you can make the money to pay yourself, but you can't make the money. I'm sorry, that's my phone. Yeah,
$5 fine.
You can't.
Hey, we're the money. Learning. I'm learning. I have some advice and questions towards the end from you guys, but go ahead, Misha, finish it up.
You can make the money to pay yourself, but you can't make a bunch of American dollars and ship them overseas, to pay other people, because it makes the value of our dollar go down. So it's a real dangerous thing. Like, I'm gonna just pay myself a little bit more this year, and I'm gonna worry about this debt next year.
You know who I blame? I blame them bitches that been hogging Section 8 for 35 years and for 100 years. Okay, that's who I blame. Like, why y'all can't share Section 8? Why you can't get off so somebody else can get it?
They gonna never get off.
Let me tell you, I live in Hollywood, and I wish I got Section 8, but they don't get Section 8. I gotta pay our rent every single month, $1,700.
Right.
A month.
And let me tell you what happened to me, okay? Because I went to go put my grocery order in on Amazon Fresh the other day, and they accept EBT now, right? And so everything I was trying to get was gone already. So I was in the shopping thing like, you bitches.
You know what? We're in a crisis with the stores getting their goods, I guess. Like, it's a whole bunch of goods sitting in containers in the middle of the damn ocean. They can't deliver them because there are not enough truck drivers. So
girl, they can't get the cognac over here right.
Oh, they can't. And Governor Newsom just signed a deal recently to make the Port of Los Angeles 24/7, because all those ports are just sitting on the side of the ocean over here. And it's like, what's going on? What is really going on?
If I was on one of those ships, I wouldn't want to drive at night because, like them pirate people. I watched a movie the other day, Captain Phillips, with Tom Hanks.
Ooh, that's such a good movie.
I love that movie. And I just always been like, on a cargo ship, they are pretty much helpless. Like, I hope that the government let them start carrying guns now, because I'd have blew them bitches right back in the water.
Yeah,
they jumped up on the ship and took over the ship and
over the ship. They're pirating. I love the guy who plays the guy. He says, "Look at me, I'm the captain." And what's great about that movie is that it was a true story. Ty.
Yeah,
and they survived that. I remember there was parts of the scene where they would break glass and put it by the door. And then he would run across and get his feet smashed up on blood. And that's one down. And just all hidings and being smart and knowing your ship and where to go, and the situations happen like that. But honestly, it was a great movie. I love Tom Hanks. He is a GOAT. From doing Forrest Gump to him doing movies. So yeah, I have to say that.
I'm a Tom Hanks fan myself too.
I especially love Chet Hanks, his son, even better. But I want to talk about Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian. I don't know if you guys ladies know that Travis Barker recently proposed to Kourtney Kardashian, and they are now allegedly getting married on the new show, on their Hulu special. What do you have to say about this new love connection? And do you agree with them being together after 1 year?
She knows Scott been waiting on her all this time. She ain't right. She ain't right. She ain't right.
No, Scott is just, you know what he is? he the one that don't know what he got till it's gone. I do not condone her being with Scott. He done treated you foul all these years. Don't ever go back to Scott. Shit on him, girl. Shit.
Ooh,
but that was a beautiful proposal, though. You know, and you know, I was watching Jason, and he said that all you gotta do is Google Travis Barker nudes, right?
I Googled it too.
I Googled it. Now look, I'm just gonna put it out there.
Wait, we have to give you exclusive. Go ahead, Bishop.
The size of his package is inconclusive. I think it's catfish. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you what he knows his angles.
Ooh.
You saying he got a knuckle sandwich down there?
No, I'm not. It's not small. I'm just saying it's not that big piece of meat that, you know.
I said, is it a knuckle sandwich?
It is. It's catfish. It's inconclusive. You cannot really tell from the angles, the size. But I do know that from one angle, it did look like it came up a little short. So I'm like, see, that's what made me say it was catfish. When he stood up and just let it hang, I was like, see, that ain't all the way down there. That's up there, you know. So
you definitely believe in growers versus showers.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And you know what? You're right. She should never go back to Scott. It's just that was the love story that I was rooting for. I was rooting for Scott, you know, but he just couldn't pull it together in time. And at some point, a girl gonna move on, honey. Ain't nobody trying to make it to 40 with no husband and all these kids.
Absolutely, I agree. You know, Scott, you've been with the brand since the very beginning. I don't understand why you guys can't work out, why you guys can't, you know, get married. You know, you have all these kids together. You know, why not make it happen? But you know, Kourtney is that girl, that Kardashian who not gonna put it all out there, but when you know that she's in a serious relationship, she's gonna let everybody know that she's in a serious relationship. And so, congratulations to her. I hope it works out. She didn't take another one of our men. So,
I know this. Whoever Scott tried to be with,
they can have the ones that want them.
Scott never going
for them anyway.
Be with anybody. Because every woman that comes after her, he'll never love anybody like he loves Kourtney.
Absolutely.
No, you know what? He's very immature still. I side eye men in their 40s that date 19-year-old women.
I know.
That's bullshit.
What do you talk about? What do you have in common?
Yeah,
and I know, you know, men of status they're not really interested in talking to their women. They just want somebody that they can hunch on, you know. But I have a hard time taking someone seriously that's 40 years old that dates 19-year-olds.
Well, who else is going to be built like a Kourtney Kardashian other than a 19 or 20-something-year-old? I mean, I'm just saying he could try to get with somebody 40, 41, but it's not going to be.
But Kourtney's all natural, I think.
I know.
She's the only one that hasn't done anything. So
that's what I'm saying. Well, she's not all. I believe she has. No, she might be all natural, but that's what I'm saying. Can you meet a 40-something-year-old that's all natural whose breasts sit up like a 19-year-old's too?
Joseline Hernandez.
Joseline got fake titties.
She does.
And a fake ass. Cut it out.
It's laser. She got laser booty.
Puerto Rican princess. We love you, Joseline. I can't wait for your second show, the Cabaret. I absolutely agree with you.
I ain't watching the Cabaret no more. I don't like the way she talked to them girls, and I don't like what she tried to do with Lunel.
Okay, so I haven't. I just finished Baddies ATL like 2 weeks ago, and so now I'm jumping back on to watch Joseline's show. But just from what I'm seeing it, Joseline do be playing them girls and having them fight on the head.
She act like a pimp.
The show for pimping them girls off of low money camera time,
right,
and everything. And so it's just like, Joseline, girl, come on now. And you barely had Lucky. You barely had the other girl, Sapphire, back on the show for season 2. And I didn't like how her and Lucky got into it. I feel like she did that girl kind of wrong. It was just too much. It was just too much, man. I think it was just like almost like a bully in a way. Like, just calm down.
Definitely.
For
She
me,
acts like a
Stevie
pimp
said
to
that he
me.
was gonna send her back to the strip club.
Anytime you calling somebody bitches and hoes and putting your hands on them, that's like a gorilla pimp to me, and I just don't get down with that. I don't like it.
Also, I just feel like she should have went in a different direction, and she shouldn't have been so cocky when she was getting opportunity on Love and Hip Hop. The reason is because Stevie said he was gonna send her back to the strip club, and she was like, "You're not sending me back to the strip club because
I'm going back."
But ultimately, she went back.
She did.
And she went back to the club and she worked at the G5 on the first season. Just because you told to start a cabaret, that don't mean nothing. You was back in the strip club.
True, for a bigger bag, but still back in the strip club, nevertheless.
It was a bigger bag. Her episode, Joseline Hernandez would have been getting paid had she kept on doing what she was doing on Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop, absolutely.
Yeah, per episode, she probably got paid more than she do for the whole season at Zeus. I don't care what nobody say.
You think so? Oh,
definitely.
Wow.
But she was like, "Do you know who the fuck I am?"
She was so high. I am Love and Hip Hop.
Okay, but do you think that Ballistic is good for her and she's good for Ballistic versus CBJ?
I do.
I think
she's really good looking too.
Oh, I like Ballistic. I think he's better than Stevie J, but I also believe that he was kind of more so along for the ride. Like Stevie J was in a position of being above her and was bringing her up. And I feel that she's bringing Ballistic up.
Absolutely, I agree. And
that's a good man to bring up, though. He's tall and he's like a Cuban poppy.
Absolutely. Have you guys been watching what's that show? What's that show they have right now that's really popular?
Ready to Love, Marriage Boot Camp.
Okay, yes, Marriage Boot Camp. Marriage Boot Camp. Yes. Have you guys been seeing what the hell's been going on Marriage Boot Camp?
Yes, we have. We wanted to talk to you about that because Amber is back with Miles. Now you remember the first season.
Her for a man.
Exactly, on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
Yes.
Miles had basically broke her heart and told her that he was into men and he had a boyfriend and he was with Milan. Milan is so fine. Milan is so fine. That is a pretty chocolate young man, honey. Yes.
So little. I don't understand why all these men on TV be so little.
I guess I don't. You know what? It's okay. So it's like the little man is in entertainment, right? But the tall men, they in the sports. They on camera too, but they in the sports. They in the NFL, in the basketball league. They over there. They on camera over there. It's just a different area of wherever you work in.
Right. I guess if they too tall, you'd be like, why you ain't got no basketball in your hand? What's wrong?
Absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna be watching this season because apparently what's his name? Amber and the other guy are gonna get into with the couple of the house. And I want to see what's gonna go down. I want to see Nori and the other girl work things out because he's currently on Miami right now. With that show.
Nori and Neri are on Love and Hip Hop Miami right now, and I've been watching them. They're not getting as much screen time on Love and Hip Hop Miami, but I love their dynamic as husband and wife. They don't have that much drama. They actually have a good relationship. And if they know like I know, they'll keep it. If they know like I know, they'll stay away from this damn reality TV if they want to keep it, because everybody know that reality TV mess up your marriage.
That's what
I haven't seen one survivor yet.
But wait, to go back to Amber and Miles though, I just, I'm not believing his whole Andrew Caldwell, I'm not gay no more.
I don't believe it either. And
I don't either.
They don't have any children together. they're still trying to make it work after all this time. I just don't think that it's working, and I think
that he's only messing with her as an excuse to not be with no other woman because he don't want no woman.
But her.
I can't even imagine like giving him no HEAD. You know what I'm saying? And he'd be like, "Babe, do it like this, do it like this." I'd be like, "Are you telling me that because you do it like that, or because or because somebody didn't like that to you?" I don't, if somebody didn't like that to you, was it a man? Are you trying to pull the man out of me? You trying to pull the man throat out of me, or are you trying to show me how you do?
Yes. Episode 4, Savage. Misha Savage right now. Misha came in, guys, on the season 2, episode 4, So Savage comment. Then I'll start down right now. It's computer screen. But I agree with you. I think it's kind of hard to be in a relationship after he's been with men. It's because, like, in your head, it's like, do he want him? Do he want her? Who he looking at when they go out? Because everyone has a type, and everyone's always looking for that type when they going out. Not even being for salacious, but just going out and viewing the market. So who is he looking at? I don't know if they're going to get a ring at the end of the season. I don't think. My prediction is that they're probably not going to be together.
I don't think they're going to be together either.
The way he treats her, the way she treats him on the show is cringeworthy. Like,
but I feel like he's being dramatic too.
No, she's too bitter, and she's really, really bitter and really mad at him. But then I also believe that she's like super insecure, because when I tell you, he was like, "I'm mad at you for having sex with my best friend," I almost died.
She was like, "I'm a cold bitch." She started rolling that Kiki on that part. She wasn't upset no more. She was like, "Yeah, I'm a cold bitch." I was like, Amber,
no! It's too funny. It's just to die for. So I'll be watching Zaydon. The Bell Twins will be watching this season of Marriage Boot Camp.
And spoiler alert. Let's just say right now, Molly and Treasure are the couple that's not really real. We know that for sure. We know it.
That's not real at all.
They're not a real couple.
Y'all, long distance relationship. Treasure, you're coming on a national platform. Why are you not getting your makeup done in your confessionals? And why are you not, looking good in the filming? What is going on?
Because she's drinking.
She is.
She's like drunker than Tommy was.
You are. At least it's Tommy got her makeup done. She's looking bad though. Like
Tommy keep that shit laid.
She threw up in the kitchen sink. She vomited in the kitchen sink.
That is so nasty. That's nasty beyond words. If you throw up in my kitchen sink, you have to go home. And I'm not
after I give you the comment and the bleach. After you get this comment and this bleach and clean my sink out.
I try to tell my roommate, black people use bleach, and he like, I don't want to use bleach. I was like, we use bleach in this house.
Thank you.
Sanitation.
And throw up makes me throw up.
Yeah, like I need the clean smell. But moving on to my last thing, I want to talk about Kanye West and his new name change to Yee. Are you guys excited for this new name change? And we be calling him Yee.
I thought that. See, this is what I don't understand. Every few years, Kanye does something when he's about to release a project or something. He just like the publicity king. I just feel like for the rest of my life, I want to ignore his publicity stunts. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of Kanye.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool when he was dressing like Elvis or whatever at the concerts, and he was like, "This is what I got to do to stand out," because he made us understand. But it seems like he's being a little bit more serious with his bullshit. Okay.
Then he came out with them expensive ass clothes for homeless people.
Did you see his new look where his face is covered and he's just walking out? It's like,
yeah.
What's really going on? Why don't you want to show your face?
What is going on with
right?
you?
Like, why do you look like an avatar? Hell no.
I just don't get it, Kanye. I know you're a mad genius and you're brilliant. You know, I just don't understand, Kanye. Help me to understand. Maybe is it for the publicity? Is it for the fame? And so I just want to. That's all I have to say. I have to say thank you, Bell Twins, for coming on Gag Review and being a part of that show. I just had some advice. You know, as you guys are me building my platform, what can I do to get my show out there for more exposure, more views, more comments, more likes, and help me to get to that point where I'm able to start making monetization from YouTube? Because people think I'm just gonna come on their show and give them great content week after week after week with no coin. But I'm gonna build my own stuff because when my album comes out next year, I want to at least have a fan base on YouTube or on my social media to help me to build my brand, Zaydon. So what advice can you give me to, help me out?
Okay, I'm gonna go first. Zaydon, you have to just keep producing content because that's what makes YouTube pick up your videos get picked up by the algorithm of YouTube, and you'll start getting suggested more and more people will start seeing you and getting used to your voice. Also, you have to watch other up and comers YouTube channels. You see these people with 2, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 followers, get on there, support them, become part of their community, interact with their followers, because the community that you are part of, the communities, they will eventually be the ones supporting you.
I got you.
Misha, what do you think?
I love that. That's great advice. Thank you so much for that.
Do as many videos as you can every week. If you can do a video every day, even if it's just 10 minutes, even if you just walk into the store and you want to say something to your followers, do it. Because the more videos you do, the more YouTube will suggest your videos. And of course, we will share Zaydon's videos. And
absolutely.
Yeah, so as much support and of course go live on all platforms. You do Facebook, you do Instagram, do YouTube. You can do Facebook and YouTube at the same time and StreamYard, not Instagram, but always go live, always share your videos. But you do most of the things you're supposed to do.
Gag Review, this show is streaming on Facebook, on my other page, Zaydon on my other Facebook page. It streams on Twitter and YouTube. So, we're streaming on all 4 platforms every time I go live on the show. But I try to make sure the fans are involved in my life and sharing the content, even though I'm backdated in law because I got so much content, to push out for them to keep going with my life. And so I didn't think about, usually I only post videos on YouTube when I'm doing a show or clips and stuff. I don't do like on my life or doing this, but I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to start doing like, Zaydon goes to the stores, Zaydon at the club, because there were some times I be going to Hollywood partying out, but I don't put that on social media. On my page because, I'm having fun in the moment. I don't want to be, I'm having to record and stuff, but I do think that I need to start putting more content. Right now I just do like Gag Review once a week. So that's 4 videos a month. And I know that you need so many view times and subscribers to get paid from YouTube. And right now I'm barely at 100 subscribers.
Even if you have to do a messy report every single day, get out a 5-minute or 10-minute messy report. See, this is what happened with us. We deleted a lot of our videos because when it was time for us to get monetized, we kept getting denied and we couldn't figure out why. So one by one, every time we applied, I would delete 10 more videos, or let me delete these 5 videos, or let me delete this one that's like this because maybe this is what's stopping us from getting monetized. And I finally figured out that it was this stinking video that I had used. I used just a snippet, a 30-second snippet.
That she stole.
I didn't put any. But it had 192,000 views. But because I didn't put any commentary on it, it was flagged as someone else's content. So even though even though it didn't necessarily tell me that on YouTube, they never flagged my video. They never did a copyright claim because it was just a 30-second video, and the entire video that was on their channel was a whole lot longer. So I didn't get that information from YouTube until it was time to monetize that it was someone else's content, and because we didn't put commentary on it, it wasn't fair use. So
another thing, make sure you use detailed descriptions that actually pertain to the content that you're going to be talking about, and get the tags on there too, because that also put your videos in front of people. Don't do like I did though, because I got us denied the last time because I had used this big block of everything. I had every housewife.
She went to somebody that got millions of views and copied their description and put it in
all of our videos. I sure did.
Wow.
All of them.
And so we got denied that time. That was my fault. But I went through all the videos and deleted it and put proper descriptions. And then the next time we applied for monetization earlier this year, we got it. So.
And then we clickbaited some people too. I'm just gonna be honest. We labeled some videos knowing that a lot of people would click on it because of what they were searching for. But that works for you and against you. So you get the views, but it makes your viewer time go down because people only stay on your video for, maybe 45 seconds to a minute just to figure out that it's not what they thought it was. So
absolutely. Some would say Jay, he has a video with Wendy Williams, Jason Lee dissing Wendy Williams, and it got 19,000 views on that one video because of the clickbait. I click on it and see what they got to say, and obviously Jay has the receipts, and so their head is 20,000 views. Zaydon only has 3,000 views on YouTube. I started my YouTube channel back in 2017, and I'm just started to post, gag review on there and original content because I have to be careful because I don't know how it works when you use like a song that's not yours on your YouTube channel and how that works with monetization. If they say, hey, you can't do that because this one video has this copyrighted somewhere else, or
it'll be partially blocked.
Basically,
they'll either silence that part of the video, or they allow you to cut it out, or they'll tell you that if you monetize this video, the monetization will go to who owns the song.
Oh, wow.
So that's what happened with my wedding video. Yeah, with my wedding video, I used the Anthony Hamilton and Marsha Ambrosia version of I'll Be Loving You Always by Stevie Wonder. And
I'll start crying right
and they partially monetized it, but they did say it was limited and that the monetization would go to the owner of the song if I left it in there. And of course I left it in there. You guys got to hear it. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say this. I think I just lost my thought. I was going to say you were doing so good. Okay, speaking of that, I just want to, thank you guys so much for being a part of Gag Review. And thank you for coming on the show and giving me all this great advice because I'm trying to get my YouTube channel up there. Even though I get thousands of views on the other sites, YouTube is kind of like, I'm just, trying to keep pushing it along and getting the subscriber count. Oh, I was going to say this. I recently ran across YouTube advertising where if you put your credit card information on, you promote the video. Do you think that's a good approach too, by promoting the video on YouTube advertising to get more subscribers? Because right now, all the subscribers that I have, I pretty much got all those myself, by networking and, getting everyone I know to subscribe. But how I get more subscribers is my question. How I get the 1,000, 1.8 that you guys have on the Bell channels YouTube page?
Well, you have to do content. You have to put that content out there. We have, like right now, I think we did like 100 videos in like a 6 or 7 month period. It's something crazy. So, I mean, the more content you put out there, and if your content is unique and interesting, then it's going to happen organically. And it's better to have organic subscribers because the views and the view time comes with that.
Yeah, and you can tell like some of our videos, you can tell which ones were clickbait. Like people would actually look at the channel and be like, did they buy these views? But some of our videos have 25,000 views, some of them have 2,000 views. The ones that have 2,000 views are the views that we got organically, right? This one video in particular has 25,000 views, and it's because people thought that it was the real show, and I didn't even know back then that I was clickbaiting because I wasn't really familiar with YouTube. So I just put the video out there with a generic thumbnail and my own commentary, and I thought that was the way to go.
Oh,
And
that's another thing. You got to use good thumbnails. Sorry, I didn't mean to
make people
interrupt.
What's a good? What's a thumbnail? I don't use thumbnails. What's that?
Thumbnail is the picture that shows up to advertise your video. Okay. So when you go in after you do a video or after you upload it, just choose it's better to probably make your own because you can make it pop. But you can also choose still shots from your video. But like I said, if you take like we talked about a bunch of different things that are in the news, if you take a bunch of different
anything
clips
R. Kelly, if you put a picture of R. Kelly or anything with R. Kelly in it and R. Kelly in the title, views, automatic views. There's so many people on YouTube that are interested in what's going on with him right now that
a lot of people are building their channel.
Well, I'm gonna make sure
R. Kelly alone.
I'll make sure I take the clips out of us talking about R. Kelly and put it on my social media and put that in the title R. Kelly so that I can get some page.
Throw a picture in there. You can throw everybody that we talked about. Just do a collage, a decent looking collage.
Dave Chappelle, R. Kelly, Joseline
Roland Ray.
Yeah, Roland Ray. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Jason Lee, you can throw some of everybody in there because we didn't hit them all tonight, didn't we?
Basically,
and hashtag everybody. Put all of their names in the description. Put all of their names there because people are looking for them. So anytime they look for them, your video is gonna show up.
They're gonna find Zaydon.
Zaydon. One last thing, ladies, since I just got you guys here together, let me give an applause and introduce you to the show so I can take this clip out and post because I didn't get the guys to get at the same time, okay? So one moment, we're gonna start. Welcome, guys, to another amazing episode of Gag Review. I'm your host, Zaydon, and tonight we have the Bell Twins, MESHA and Ty on the show. So stick around and stay tuned. You guys don't want to miss this episode. Thank you, ladies, for being a part of the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us, Zaydon.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. I thank you for the advice you're giving me because the encouragement for you guys watching the show. Even today, I was on you guys' page watching some of the Huntsville show. I wanted to talk about that next time because I don't know what loving Huntsville is, but the more you guys talk about it, I get interested in, and I'm seeing some of the full episodes on YouTube. I'm like, well, what's going on? Well, who married to who, and who got divorced from him, and what's the really I'm trying to figure out.
Behind a couple episodes now, but you know how it goes.
It's so far in. I think it's like season 4. And I'm like, I'm lost. I need to get back into season 1 and figure out what's going on. So
I will say that Love and Marriage Huntsville is one of the most authentic reality TV shows on right now. And the fact that the people's drama that's on there is their real drama, it's their real life, and they're putting it out there. They're not making up a storyline. They're really going through the ringer on this one, okay?
Now, is this the Huntsville that's in Alabama?
Yeah.
Because I know Huntsville. I'm from Texas, and we had a Huntsville, Texas, but that's in Texas. So this is Alabama, basically in Georgia.
It's okay. Alabama. It's Alabama.
Well, it's Georgia State. Georgia's, I don't know. Alabama was Georgia. I don't even know what state it is.
Alabama is next to Georgia.
Oh, shoot. I don't even. You know what? I forget. Yes, Alabama. They're in Alabama, not Georgia, but it's next to Georgia. Yeah, you're right. I agree. But thank you, ladies, for being a part of Gag Review, and I look forward to having you guys on our next episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Gag Review by Zaydon. Stay tuned. We'll have another amazing episode next week, and you'll never know what to expect and what guest is going to come on. So stay tuned and lock in because you don't want to miss this great episode.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Bye. As you guys can see, where my cheers button. It's another great episode. Oh my gosh, you guys. This was everything to me. Episode VERZUZ was everything. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the show today. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Zaydon, where there's going to be more great content and more great shows. Stay tuned for next week, where we're going to have another great episode. And we're going to have more. We're going to have more everything. So stay tuned, lock in, and you will be a part of the show. Until then, I holla. Bye.